I'm Chioma Ikoku.
I'm Chioma Ikoku. Baby girl, it's Ikoku. Ikoku.
Toyin and I chat via DM, but we haven't met in person. No, not in person.
Yeah.
No. Hey, I'm a boy today.
Super, give it to them. English. Okay guys, the first episode of the Real Housewives of Lagos is finally out and I am already having the time of my life. I feel like we're going to enjoy this one. I'm going to have a good time. So I have not watched any Real Housewives of Lagos, Real Housewives before. Housewives of Beverly Hills, Durban. I've not watched any of it. I was almost tempted to watch the others just so that I can have an idea of what it's like. But on the other hand, I'm like, let me just give the review as it is from a place of somebody that's watching it for the first time. So welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, you know what to do. Subscribe, turn on your post notifications, just hit the bell so that I can get notified each time I post a brand new video, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up. So let's get straight into it. For my reviews, I haven't concluded on how I'm going to be giving it. Would I be going into details, like every single detail, and going according to how it was shown, or I'm going to pick out those things that are those things that kind of stood out? I don't really know how I'm going to do it because I don't know the number of people or the number of countries that are able to watch it on Showmax. Let me know the country you're in and if you're able to watch it. If I know that a lot of people are not able to watch it directly, then I can give like full reviews so that you really understand what I'm, the gist that I'm passing. So for today's video, I'm going to go into details because this is the first video and a lot of introductions were done. So for today's episode, they featured 5 out of 6 of the cast. In total there are 6 casts, but it was just 5 casts, 5 of them that featured in today's episode, and it was kind of centered around Toyin. Toyin had a launch event for her daughter, launching her different brands, her newborn baby. She's already launching different brands for her.
Thank you for honoring Elora. We are actually here today to launch Elora's clothing line and hair products.
So for Toyin Lawani is a fashion mogul. She's a businesswoman. You know that person that they say this person is jack of all trades? That's Toyin for you. She's popularly known as her brand is Tiana's Empire. So she has like different brands, even for herself, for her children. She has opened different businesses for her children. So that's literally Toyin in a nutshell. She's also the kind of person I would describe as the life of the party. She also had a reality TV show. So among all the casts, I feel like I know Toyin more than the rest of them because Toyin is more out there. She's on social media, she's everywhere, so she's more known. She also designs outfits for, she's a stylist for a lot of celebrities. So for today, they started off with Toyin, like they introduced her, they showed us her family members, her children, then they also showed her husband that is literally always covering his face. Like, the guy is the Anonymous of our time. He's always covering his face, even for events, everything. Then there's also something that Toyin addressed. Apparently, she has 3 kids from 3 different people that she has been with in the past. And she's like, now people are always saying that, oh, she has kids from different fathers and everything. That if this one should mess up, she's gonna go find another person and she's gonna still give birth.
Excuse me, if my husband mess up, I'll still marry another person if I find love, and it'll be 4 different dads. Whose business is it? Is it your womb?
So that one was very hilarious. Like, I'm like, okay. So they just introduced her and then moved on to Iyabo, and the way they transitioned from herself to Iyabo was she made a phone call to Iyabo. I'm like, okay, nice transition. So for Iyabo is a director. She's just basically into movies. She directs, she acts. She's also like a businesswoman. She has, all of them, in fact, all of them have different businesses. So she is also a businesswoman. So when they showed Iyabo coming down, they just showed her designer boots. I'm like, okay, all right. Then for Iyabo's lifestyle, they also pretty much showed what she likes, and she's into all the Owambe. She's like an Owambe. If I say Owambe, she's like an Owambe person, like, life of the party, going for parties and all. And I like that fact that they showed like the typical Yoruba or the typical party, Lagos party, basically. So you guys are gonna see how Lagos party is done. So all the things that they're showing, different brands, they show different brands, they showed Wazobia, they show different things. And it's one of the things I also like being able to showcase all of the things that some people might not just see if they're just from the outside. So yeah, as for her relationship status, she's single, she's divorced. she was married before she's divorced, but she is in a relationship. She said she's going to keep it private. Then she also shared a story about the fact that she was molested as a kid. I think about around like she experienced molestation around like 5 years, and the reason she talked about that is because they showed where she went for like a radio interview, and they were talking about the fact that she stood up for one lady online about one of her online dramas. She was standing up for the lady, so she now explained why it really got to her on a personal note. She just told her story.
I was molested and raped as a child multiple times
By a family member. It's a thing of the past now, but it never goes away.
Then they now moved on to Caroline. So for Caroline, Caroline is the one, I don't know if you guys have watched the trailer, but in the trailer she said she was married to a billionaire and some poor people can stand that. She was giving us accent.
I'm controversial because I got married to a billionaire. I think some poor people can stand there.
She was giving us accents, although her accents is not accenting. It's not accenting to me. Sounds like Gifty from Big Brother, one of the Big Brother seasons. I don't know if you guys watch Big Brother Ninja, you know Gifty, but if you don't watch, you don't know Gifty. So she sounds like Gifty in a way. But for her business, she's into construction, she's into real estate and all. She's hands-on basically. So they showed where she went. She usually goes on site and all, and it's impressive to see that she's really hands-on. Then there's something that she now said again. So I think they asked her a question about whether she can get married to a trillionaire and stuff. She now said yes, that she can get married to a trillionaire, that she doesn't want to suffer. Then she now made a statement about being the gold digger, that she's sure she's the gold digger of this season. I'm like, okay, you know, something that you accept. You're accepting it with your full chest. So she actually has personality.
I would marry a trillionaire. I can't suffer. So I'm the gold digger, right? I'm not the gold digger. Who is the gold digger? Who took my crown? Now be shouting like an Agbero here. Jesus Christ, Caroline.
She gives me this Maria vibes. Maria from also Big Brother. For people that don't watch Big Brother, I'm sorry if I'm making these references, but she gives me this Maria vibe. So far, I actually do like her. Then for her relationship status, she also said she's in a relationship. She did not also reveal anything about her relationship, but she is in a relationship. She used to be married. She used to be married to Danjuma. You guys know the billionaire Danjuma. So she was Caroline Danjuma. So but now she's divorced and all. Then they now showed us Chioma Ikoku.
I'm Chioma Ikoku. I'm fun-loving, bubbly.
I understand like having an accent and everything, but at least you should know how to pronounce your surname in the right way. It is Ikoku. So when she said Ikoku, I'm like, okay. All right. For Chioma, she's a fashionista. I feel like that's one main thing that people know her for on the outside, apart from her hair. In fact, she has different brands, but when it comes to fashion, she's always killing it. As in, if she's going for an occasion, her outfit always stands out. Like, you know, she gives it to everybody. She shuts down a place. So for Chioma, she has a hair brand that they call Chioma Good Hair. That name is weird. Chioma Good Hair is a well-known brand, sells hairs to, you know, quality hairs, luxury hairs. Let me say luxury hairs because I've not bought before, so I don't know the quality of the hair. So but I know she sells luxury hairs, and then she also has different what they call it, different businesses, and she's single, like never been married. The others have been married, some married and divorced, then some married. So for her, she's a single person in the group. So you know, and how she came into the scene was Iyabo and Toyin, they were having lunch, and it was at her restaurant, right? So they were what they call it, Toyin was trying to find a place to do her baby's lunch, and then she met her. Then Chioma now said she was going to arrange everything, she was going to fix all, put everything together for her. And that's when the accent stuff came, when Toyin was referring to her accent like, hey, you know, English English has come on board. So that's basically for Chioma. Chioma is also in a relationship, and she has chosen not to. She said her relationship is complicated, and obviously nobody's showing their man right now. Maybe along the line we're going to see these people that are in a relationship with, but for now they're just giving us, you know, little things. Then for Laura EKG says she's a hustler. I'm a hustler, homie.
My name's Laura EKG Kano. I'm a hustler.
She's a mother of 2. She's married. They showed her kids and her husband. You know, they just showed, you know, the entire family. For Laura, she has different businesses. She also has a book. One main book that I know that Laura wrote about is like how to make money on Instagram. So she's a brand influencer. She's like many things. All of them are hustlers. So she introduced herself as a hustler. Then when they showed her husband, apparently they're doing their anniversary, and I kind of like the relationship that she has with the husband. It looks like a nice relationship that she has with the husband. She also mentioned that her husband is like her best friend. So they showed their anniversary.
Hold on, let me check Instagram for 1 minute.
Of course.
Oh, so it's our anniversary. Let me just respect
Just behave yourself.
Then let's talk about the actual launch of the event, the part where they all met, which is the interesting part. That's the part I was waiting for. I was like, okay, let me see how they are all going to meet. So basically, the person that is the glue to all of them is Toyin Lawani. Toyin Lawani is the one that knows each and every one of them. So when it came to the actual day of the event, you guys know that everybody's gonna dress up. So they arrived in their very posh looking cars, on their posh looking outfits. Iyabo was the first person to arrive. Then what's it called, Choma arrived. Then Caroline came, and when I saw Caroline, I was like, what's going on with this outfit? This is baby lunch. Like, it's not that deep, it's not that serious. She looked like she was going for an event. I feel like the dressing was over the top. Like, they're trying to launch a baby's stuff, like baby's hair cream and all those things. So I feel like the dressing was not really fitting for the occasion. So they came for the event. Everybody was looking cool. Laura EKG now decided that she's gonna come late. Immediately she arrived late for the event. I came and then, you know, Toyin and hugged and everything. I was just like, hey, Laura is gonna be the one to bring problem and bring troubles. We're already seeing signs of like Laura shaking tables, ruffling everywhere. So Laura arrived, and then what they call it, Toyin now said, she's coming late for my own event. I'm gonna do her back. I'm gonna pay back.
No, Wala now. When she's doing events, I'll come when they are packing cheap. I could see their eyes that they were mad that I came late, fashionably late.
So they were just having the conversation, like trying to get to know and understand each other. When Caroline came in and sat down and greeted Iyabo, there was this facial expression that what's her name, Choma gave, and I'm like, okay. It was just very, very awkward for both of them. It was like, you know, this kind of feeling where like you dressed up in your own lane, you're in your own lane, you know, feeling yourself. The other person is in their own lane, feeling themselves. So that's kind of how it was. It was just very awkward. So they were, like I said, they were just gisting. And I got to a point, like towards the end of everything, they drank, had shots and everything. So towards the end, Iyabo now said, the next one is on me, right? And, you know, talked about hosting the next event. And I'm like, the next what is on you? Are you doing your baby launch or what? Like, the way the next event was introduced was like, where did that come from? It was very unnatural and very it just came in from nowhere. Like, next one is on me, right? Next what? Like, it's not as if Toyin just said, oh, let me host you guys and let's have fun, and then you're like, okay, I'm going to host you guys next. She was doing it. It's basically an event. So I don't like the way the tea just came in. Maybe she would have said, I'll be hosting an event. I would like us to hang out. Will you guys like to come? Not the next one is on me, right?
So the next one is on me, right? Okay. We're doing a getaway thing. What are we going to? Beach house?
Laura's facial expressions were just killing me. It's her facial expression for me. So basically, Laura said she has phobia for, like, you know, water and all of that. So she's not going to be going. And worst of all, she doesn't even know about that much. So why would she want to go to a beach house with her and like say, oh, she's going to ignore her phobia and go to the beach house because of somebody that she doesn't know that well? So she's not going. I'm like, okay. All right, I thought I've seen it all, but she keeps dropping more and more things. So Laura said she's not going.
I have a huge phobia. I don't think I want to take that risk because of Iyabo. First of all, I don't know Iyabo that well.
Caroline said she likes going to the beach, so she's going to go. Toyin said she also likes the beach. It's only this other lady that was like indifferent about the whole thing. Shema was kind of indifferent, so she's like, more, I don't know, I'm just indifferent. So but I think all of them are going to attend. I don't know about Laura KG. Let's see how the next episode is going to go. So they now talked about that. There's something else happened. They were just all laughing. Laura KG was now like looking at them like, what's all this kumbaya that is happening here? She now made a statement about Toyin and Caroline, that these people used to be friends and they are not friends anymore. Toyin told her that she doesn't mess with her anymore, that she's not friends with her anymore, so she doesn't understand what's going on here. So
Toyin told me a few things that I can't say, but Toyin and Caroline were very close friends and they fought. And Toyin had already told me that she doesn't mess with Caroline. I don't understand. I'm a butterfly. I can be close to anybody.
I know that definitely there's going to be an exposure at some point, like maybe Laura telling Caroline what Toyin said about her. For now, we don't know. They've not. We're gonna still keep putting two and two together. The next episode. So let me adjust my microphone. The next episode is going to be hot because I saw a lot of throwing of things, basketballs. I feel like the next episode will be hot. I like the fact that this first episode did not have any unnecessary drama, because it would have come across as very fake. You don't just meet people and start fighting. You get, so now that they've got to know each other, they're going to go to a beach house. Obviously, because they're in the same space together, it's only normal that maybe, you know, disagreement is expected. So let's see how the next episode is going to be. So just stay tuned and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and we're going to see you on the next episode. Bye, love you.